What would be the next step for Josh?
To just dominate every day. You know, he shows signs and he'll do it here and there, just every day. Just come out and be dominant every day. So that's it. You know, he knows the system. He's fast. He's big. He's strong. He do everything, but gotta do it every day.
Has any one of them kind of made a move that got a little
One of the younger guys?
Yeah, one of the younger guys
I'd say
to get
Velus
ahead.
and Tyler Vaughns, they've been playing at a high level. Velus and
okay.
Vaughns, they've been playing. You know, Michael and Tyler, they've played a lot. You know, we know who they are. And both of those guys have pushed their game to the next level, I feel. But Velus is doing some really good stuff, and he's playing all over the place. His technique has gotten so much better. His understanding of what he needs to do to get open and catch the ball and make the play successful is at a level where it hadn't been before, and that's really exciting to see him do that. And when you have a guy that fast who's not thinking anymore, he's even faster. And so, you know, it's hard for these guys to run with him.
I mean, does it help that he's running? I mean, he's lining up, running inside. I mean, he's like
rolling right now.
Okay.
I made a comment to the quarterback: just drop back. You can't overthrow him because you can't. You know, I've tried. Not that my arm is worth anything right now, but I've tried it. I can't do it.
Just has more pitches on it.
Yeah, yeah, it has a lot more.
I know Tyler plays a different spot than Deontay, but I'm wondering, with Deontay leaving, do you think that had an impact on Tyler about becoming that guy, that kind of guy?
Yeah, the good guys are going to go where the ball goes, and we're going to find a way to put the good guys in places to get the ball. And it's always been that way, you know, feed the studs, and he's one of them, you know. Last year, you started seeing it really around the Washington State game, really the Texas game. He did some good stuff. The ball didn't find him a lot, but you saw him film doing some really good stuff, and he just kind of took the starting job and kept going with it. And he's just continuing to make himself that guy, you know. And Michael, those guys, we're gonna find ways to get those guys the ball.
What does Tyler do after the catch that's so unique?
He's deceptively. He has deceptive speed and quickness. So you think you're gonna run him down, and he cuts back and does different things. And he just has a knack of doing it. You know, can't really describe it. You know, he's different. He's a combination of like a Marquise and a Nelson, where Marquise is so smooth, he can glide in and out of breaks, so he can snap routes off and has quick feet, can release from the line of scrimmage versus press man to man and get vertical. Man, he's really special.
It doesn't look like he gives away where he's going because he just is sort of a continuous glide.
Element of surprise, you know. He's the same until he changes direction, which is what you want, it's what you coach. Some guys have it naturally. He was a guy I felt came into the program with a lot of natural stuff, and with his knowledge of the game, his experience, and his anticipation of what defenses are doing now, he's really playing at a high level.
He looks like he can change directions, though. He doesn't have to plant. He just sort of flows.
Well, he plants, but he gets out of transition with, you know, less amount of steps than other guys.
Yeah.
You know, he's a 2-3 step transition type of guy. Some guys are 4 steps. And, you know, Marquise, for instance, was a 2-3 step type of guy. And to be able to go from speed to power that quick and change direction is a unique ability to have.
You mentioned Velus' speed earlier. One of the things he was talking about is he's trying to work on kind of just catching the ball and that control. Have you seen him make strides in?
Yeah, he hadn't had many drops. You know, I think the last time I checked, he had 3 drops on the spring, which, you know, I'm really tough in terms of grading drops. So touches in the hand should catch it. And I may have been unfair on 2 levels, but it is what it is. He's having to catch different type balls now. You know, where when you're a vertical guy, all your balls are over shoulder, and now when you're becoming a route runner, then you're getting high level balls, you're getting low balls, you're getting back shoulder throws. So he's developing and taking himself out of the comfort zone, just running away from people, and not running back to the quarterback or running into the ball. Those are just different type balls, different eye levels, different things. So he's just developing that part of his game, which is good. You want to be complete as a receiver, and he's pushing his envelope to see how much better he can get, you know, before the season.
Who are the fewer drop? Who has the fewest?
Tyler.
Tyler. He drops.
I think he only dropped like 2 or something.
said when he's running vertical on so many routes, Velus, but that he's early in his career, he was kind of just looking back on the ball the whole time, and you have to learn to not do
running
that.
away from the ball is different than coming back to the ball. Like that's a whole different confidence and hand placement. Is it low? Is it high? Whatever, you know. Your eyes have to be different. Your chin down, so chin up, all this type of thing. So the more reps, that takes reps. You can't simulate that on the jugs machine or anything like that. You have to be out here doing it, you know, throwing with a quarterback. And you see him on the weekends and different days where he's on his own throwing with quarterbacks. And that wasn't the case before. You know, he's growing up, he's maturing, and he wants to be great, so he's putting in hard.
What has to happen to hook up on the deep balls?
We gotta keep throwing them, man. I was. It seems like this time of the spring every year I'm feeling like this, but you gotta just keep throwing them. You gotta keep throwing them. This time last year it was the same, and you gotta force feed it to know if you can do it or not, and to know how to attack it. Is it outside the numbers? Is it inside the numbers? Is it between the hashes? Is it, you know, seeing all the different trajectories and ways of throwing the ball vertically? You got to do them all to know where your problem lies to attack it and have a plan for it. So we're in that process right now.
What's been your impression of the quarterbacks in general this spring?
They're working. There's a lot on the plate right now. You got to throw it out to see what sticks and sort of start to have a direction towards identity a little bit in terms of the two guys and what they can do with the competition we have right now, so that when we get to training camp, we can build around that. You know, and every year that's the case because your identity changes on the offense based on who leaves and who's coming in. So there's a natural way of doing that. But now with two inexperienced quarterbacks that are different, just continue to throw it out there, like all the different things, all the different reads, who can check in the line of scrimmage, you know, all these different things that go into getting to know these guys that haven't played in the games much at all, if any, to see who they are so we can build around. That's where we are.
How have you felt about the offense in the scrimmages?
Really like what we're doing up front, offensive line-wise, in terms of running the football. Said Ware had a really good Saturday, physical. We're going to be physical and run the ball downhill. That's what we're going to do. The offensive line is doing a good job in terms of communicating. Really excited about the two centers, the young centers, Brittany and Justin coming in, with Toa being out. Austin Jackson's having a phenomenal spring. The tight ends are playing really physical and playing with the attitude and the way that we want them to play. Tyler Petit is doing an excellent job of not only just being great in terms of the blocking progression, but running routes and catching everything. He's having a phenomenal spring, probably his best spring. I give him credit for that. And so that's what we're doing, focusing on that. And number one, that's where you start. If you're going to be able to throw the ball, you got to be able to run it to get the type of coverages you want to have to be successful. And but we're focused on running the ball.
How do you find out if you can be a run-first offense?
We're gonna be a run-first offense. Like it's not, you know, we don't have 1,500-yard rusher last year. We threw for a whole lot of yards. We ran the ball well as well. So that's what I think about. You know, during the week, I spend most of my time with the run game. Passing game is kind of a second nature type of thing, but I spend the majority of my time with the run game. That's what I have a heart for and a passion for, and that's what we want to do here.